So, welcome to the Daily Warrior Ritual Challenge. Today is day 24. Um, let's see. So, today it's about continue to monitor your progress. So, um, hopefully, you guys have been consistent and just working on the things that you set out what you said you were going to do. And today is going to be a bit different. So, I've talked a lot about long term investments and being someone that documents your journey, document your wins, document when things were frustrating or what would be conceived as a loss, but it's not a loss or a failure. It's more of a refine, retune so you could get to where it is that you want to get to. It's just sometimes you got to finagle things. So I wanted to talk about um, some ways that you could keep up with your wins. And today it's about, continue monitoring your progress, but it's also start accumulating what it is that you achieved up until this point in your life. So the smallest things, let's say you were a Girl Scout and you received all your Girl Scout merits and badges. Put that in there. Put in absolutely every accomplishment you could think of from the time you was a little child all the way to now. And you don't have to do this all in one setting, but just do it because and just do it slowly, like whatever pops up in your mind and you're like, oh, this is what I could add into my folder. Add it. Um at this time of the recording, I don't have a a folder for building confidence as of yet. I'm working out some of the kinks and some of the things that I want to put in it, but just in case it is, it most likely, especially if this is still on YouTube, it'll be in the description, or if it's off of YouTube and somewhere else, it'll be somewhere where you could access it. Hopefully, that's the plan for this, but I wanted to speak a little bit more about a confidence booster folder. So, the first time I've ever heard of one, it was actually Marie Forleo, and I've been listening and watching her content for some time. She has a lot of great content, a lot of things about whether it's business, whether it's working on your spiritual side, whether it's creating whatever it is that you want to create for yourself. She speaks a lot about different aspects and areas of our life that we could work on and implement in our lives. And um, she was the one that put me onto it, and I didn't take it serious at the time when I heard it. And I've never able to find that video of her speaking about creating a folder or something that it shows off your highlights. It shows off your big wins, your small wins, the wins that you don't really pay attention to because you're like, oh, good for me, and then keep on going. But those are those small things that we need to pay attention to because a win is a win, regardless of how small it is. Like, let's say today you accomplished everything that you set out to do as far as your routine and your rituals. That in of itself is a win. And during the days that we don't feel like doing the task in which that we set out to do and we still do it, that is a huge win in my books. Whether if it's not a huge win in the grand scope of your collection of wins, that's still a win, a big win for your day. So regardless of it all, small wins matter because they help you build upon it if you really start to really become intentional with what it is that you're working on. So accumulate all the things that you've done so far, including your plans and any actions you have taken to implement your routine. Write these things down and create a folder to keep track of your progress. So, like I said, right now I don't have one yet. I'm thinking about it and I'm working towards structuring it for myself, quite honestly. So, whatever it is that I'm working on and I do it for myself, um, I'll most likely share it here as well. It's not going, so to be clear, this challenge is free for anybody that's willing to want to subscribe, sign up, pay attention to it every day. But if I do create this folder, I'm creating it for. Can I? Yeah, that looked crazy. I'm sorry. Um, I'm creating it, but it's not going to be something that it's not going to be included type of thing in this because it's not created as of yet. So I'm still formulating what it is, the elements in which that I want to put in it. So essentially, it's going to be this also what it is I'm speaking about. So accumulating all your actions and whatever it is that you took action on so far. So let's say for instance for me, I'm creating this content, this confidence booster um, folder or confidence builder folder. And right now, that's the name of it. That's what I'm just going to go with for now because that's basically the themes of it. So it's like, what is it that I did that I would have both that? And I'm like, you know what? No more. I'm not going to be scared. I'm not going to be nervous. I'm not going to let whatever limitations stop me from achieving whatever it is that I said I was going to do. And I did it. And yeah, I may not have met the mark, but I still achieved something. I took that initiative to do what it is that I said I was going to do. So, um, this is what this folder is about. It's like recognizing that sometimes we may be at our lowest, but our lowest or at the times when we're just not feeling that spark of wanting to keep going forward with the task that we said we will. And sometimes we do need to realize that you need to rest too. And if you're tired and your body is shutting down to the point where you're like, you have to go to sleep for a few hours, listen to yourself, listen to your body. Do not push yourself past the point of collapse. It's not safe and it's not recommended. But if you are more like procrastinating, you're on TikTok, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on YouTube, you're on everything but on to what it is that you said you were going to work on, this is the folder for you, especially if you're saying, if you always creating and having excuses as to why you can't do something right now. I'm like, oh, I'm just not feeling it right now. But then it's like, think about it, in a week's time, you'll be like, dang, I should have really did it. Or in a month's time, a year's time, like you see, I should have did it this day when I said I was going to do it. So don't let that be something that you consistently have in your life of I should have just did it when I said it. Like just do it when you said you were going to do it. Like and give yourself time to breathe, meaning it's okay to not be sure if something's not right or if you did it in the correct way because who created what it is that's correct? If it feels right and it's not morally wrong or going against anybody's free will, who is it to say that it's wrong? So, um, all right. So this folder and essentially it could help you stay motivated and help you track your progress and potentially towards your goals. Um, so yeah. Um, so like I was gonna say about the example. I was just about speaking about it and I kind of got off track a little bit. Sometimes that happens, so I apologize. So let's say, for instance, for me, um, this challenge in of itself is a goal that I set out for myself during the time of this recording, last month for me was December 2022. So if you're watching this further in the future, whether it's in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, a year, whatever it is, for me at this time, a month ago was December. And and tell you the truth, I've been contemplating creating something. I was like, I don't know what it is that I want to do, but I feel like there's something that it is that I need to start doing. And I'm seeing other people creating all these things, and I'm like, but how do I do what it is that I want? Just like not necessarily like them, but something that speaks to me that I could do for free. And I'm doing it right now for free. Like, and it's not free because it's taking my time to do this, but it's like what's getting me to move. And it's like not only wanting to only create my own routines and be able to build the habits in which I want to create and build my own life, but it's like also being able to share this with people that are like, I'm stuck in a rut. I need someone that's going to be, not necessarily need anybody, but like I need a community of people that just understands where I'm at right now. And like we all are there right now. So if we're all there and we have destinations for ourselves, how do we get to that destination? And it's like the journey is with understanding that sometimes it's going to be lonely, but it doesn't have to be completely lonely. And yeah, your journey may have to be stepped into and done alone, but that doesn't mean you're alone to the point where there's nobody there and you're isolated. And that's the most beautiful thing about the online space is being able to have a community where you can talk to people but not see them all the time and be near them all the time. So and have that support when it's time and when you need that support, because we all need support regardless. You know, we all need support when it comes to certain areas of our life. Like certain people could just do things and they just don't need certain people for, like, let's say working out, but some people do need the support for working out. So it depends on your needs and where you're at and mentally where it is that you're strong at, and working with what you have and expanding on what it is that you want. So, and sometimes it's not always about what you want, but you know what I mean. Like ultimately, we work towards the things that we should be working towards the things that we genuinely can connect with our hearts, and not necessarily always looking for monetary gains from it. Of course it's a great way, it's an incentive, but it's not what motivates and drives me to keep moving forward. So like using this challenge as a beacon of light. Like I stay committed for 30 days. Like it's almost been 30 days. I started this challenge December 21st. No, no. December 19th. I started it December 19th, and I was like, I'll speak more about it. I believe if it pops up again, I'll speak more about it at a later date and or on the days to follow. I don't want to speak too much about it just yet, but I have some more plans with those two. But I was just like every day I wanted to go live, but then things just like it didn't work in the way that I thought it would. But I'm like, that's okay because as long as I'm showing up and I'm still doing what it is that I said I was going to do, regardless of if I'm able to do exactly what I said. At least I'm still doing what it is that I'm saying I'm going to do, regardless of if it's going to be exact. Because we got to give room for technology. Sometimes things are just not going to work the way you thought it was. Like, and there's lots of like it's still clunky. Like we're still in the beginning phases of technology as in our society as a whole. Most people don't even understand the intricacies of it, and they just in a lot of ways I don't get it either, but I'm, like becoming more aware of it because it's like if I'm going to be interacting with this, I need to understand what it is and which it is and what it and how it works and the dynamics of it. But regardless, like just realizing that I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. But anyway, back to um back to the confidence builder. Like this is something that I could add onto my confidence builder folder because I not only just planned it out. Tell you the truth, it wasn't even a real plan. It was more like no, it was a plan. It was definitely a plan, but it was like I planned it over the weekend and I was like, I'm gonna just do it. Like, I don't really know in what capacity, what way I was going to do it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just play with things. I'm just gonna figure it out as I go and just go with it. And, you know, I'm pretty sure there's certain things in this challenge that I could definitely fine tune and do better. And, but I was like, I want to keep it as raw as possible. And although it may not be like picture perfect, like it was produced and made by some type of like Hollywood execs or something or producers, I don't want that for the things in which I want to help people utilize for their own practical use for their everyday life. Like I don't want it to be a production because I want it to stay as close to the people as possible because I am a part of the people. So I don't want that disconnect because I'm not disconnected from the people because I am a part of the people. So, there might be things that I fine tune in the future, but I'm not going to right now because I feel like it works because it's not only does it work, it's it'll show me my own growth in which I didn't think a month ago I would be where I am today. Meaning I helped rewire myself from not having real consistency on the things in which that I wanted to do and had so many ideas but not really knowing how to pinpoint which one I wanted to start first. And that's a journey and an unraveling in on itself. So this confidence builder is really it can help you also categorize and help you better organize also your thoughts. So let's say you have the folder, but then you have a subfolder, and you could create like different ideas and stuff that you want to start implementing for yourself in whatever it is that you want to work on. So it's not something that you're working on yet, but it's like things to expect or things not expect, but things that you want to work on in the future. And start putting those things in your confidence builder. And when you start feeling low in confidence, when it comes time to start acting those things out or actually putting those actions into play, you go back to that confidence builder and you be like, I might be nervous today, but that's all about. I might be nervous, I might be uncomfortable, I might not feel like I'm good enough, but regardless of those feelings, I'm not going to let that override the passion in which, or the passion, the urge, the feeling to move forward with this because I feel it and it connects to me in a way that I'm not really sure yet, but all things will be shown to me when it's time. So, and that's basically where I am with this challenge. Like, yeah. So I hope this helps. Build your confidence build folder, uh, and let me know how that works for you. And also, if you have definitely got to this point in this video or this point in this challenge, put in all the things in which you were already working on and put it in the folder. Like, I just helped you create your own content for your own confidence builder. Even if the day completely the way you wanted to, did you still complete it? It doesn't always have to be the way you thought. As long as you completed the task in which you said you were going to. So expect unexpected, be flexible, and it's okay that it didn't plan out the way you wanted it, as long as you did what it is that you said you were going to do. So, and on that note, I will speak to you all on day 25 on the Daily Warriors Ritual Challenge. Learn thyself, love thyself, and I'll speak to you all in the next video. Bye.